man is back.
Oh, my gosh, the man got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash, the True Inferno. Back at it with another Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary video for you guys. Yes. Alright, so I have to put that topic about the whole vaping and e-cig thing back once again, because we are still stuck in it. Talking about China. But we're not talking about the NBA this time. No, this is video game related now. We actually talking about Blizzard and how they basically suck in China's dick. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So for those of you who don't know, let me give you guys the backstory behind the Hong Kong-China conflict. I don't think I really explained that last week. So basically, and this is an IGN article, so I'm gonna read a lot of the stuff from here, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on this whole scenario. It's important to understand, let's see, you know, what's going on here. So basically what's going on here is Hong Kong citizens protested the laws that, well, it's weird because also, well, this part not in the article, so I'm gonna say screw the article for the moment. But basically what's going on is this. So Hong Kong was under Great Britain or England for 99 years or something along those lines. And because of that, Hong Kong was his own country, you know, it was like democracy and all that stuff. But that deal lasts for, again, 99 years. And once it was up, Hong Kong would go back to China. And as you all know, China is strict with their laws. They're not really all there with their whole democracy stuff. Like, if you talk smack about them, then you won't be able to fly out the country. You won't be able to get really good jobs. And at one point in time, they had the 1 baby rule per household. Now they increased it to 2. So China's pretty strict. And, you know, they're not all up with democracy based on what I've seen. Again, I could be wrong on the explanation behind it. But, yeah, there you go with that. You know, there's videos and articles out there for you to really get into it. And because the deal is up, Hong Kong is now back under China. And Hong Kong like, no, we want our democracy, we want our freedom, blah, blah, blah. So that's where the issue comes to play. So now, another thing I want to share with you guys is this. Blizzard, just like the NBA, have a relationship with China as well. So according to Activision / Blizzard's second quarter 2019 financial results, this is from the New York Times, the Asia Pacific market accounted for 12%, so that's like $173 million in US dollars of its quarterly revenues, though this encompasses other large markets such as Japan. While 12% is peanuts compared to the business it did during the same quarter in the American and EMEA regions, so 54% and 33% respectively, it's in the Chinese market's potential that Activision Blizzard sees immeasurable value. As reported by Alpha Street via Vox, after experiencing a steady decrease in monthly active users throughout 2018, the company is, and I quote here, taking the China route for regaining the lost strength, end quote, a path that outlet says is, and I quote, currently followed by many American tech companies. So keep that in mind as well. This information is the basis for much of the backlash. You know, okay, we're gonna get to that real quick. So what actually happened here? So basically, what happened is, I'm trying to find this dude's exact name, but I think his last name is Chung. I don't know. His real name is Ng Rai Chun. We're going to call him Chun. So basically, he recently won a Heartstone tournament. So Heartstone is another one of those games on the Blizzard. You know, they like Overwatch and others. And what happened was, after he won the tournament, there was these 2 commentators, because they were commentating the entire tournament or whatever. And this joint took place on October 6th, by the way. And let's see, he was interviewed by the commentators, or casters as they call them, Virtual and Mr. Yi. So during the interview, Chung wore a face mask, a reference to the anti-mask law recently enacted by China and shouted, and I quote here, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age." That's it. So obviously he said that in his language. But that's basically what that translates to. Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age. That's it. And the stream quickly cut to commercial, and on-demand footage has since been pulled from the internet. So, what happened from that? Well, 2 days after that, Blizzard published an official statement announcing Chong violated the 2019 Heartstone Grandmasters official competition rules. As a result, Chong was removed from the Grandmasters and basically could not compete in Heartstone or the Grandmasters, anything like that, and was given a 1-year ban from participating in Heartstone's esports. Also, Blizzard was going to take away his prize money, which he was going to receive, which was $10,000. That's US money, obviously. So, here's the rule that Blizzard talked about here that Chong violated. So, this is section 6.1, parentheses O, I guess. That's how you read it. Anywho, let me read you guys the section. Engaging in any act that, in Blizzard's sole discretion, brings you into public disrepute, offends a portion or group of the public, or otherwise damages Blizzard image, will result in removal from Grandmasters and reduction of the player's prize total to $0. In addition to other remedies which may be provided for under the handbook and Blizzard's website terms. So that's what happened to Chong. Now, what happened to the two casters? They got fired. Yeah. And of course, because of that, there was an outrage. A lot of people was going off on Blizzard, basically saying ban Blizzard. That was the hashtag ban. Like, this was as big as fired Ronnie 2K. Like, it was that big. Like, it was that big. So it was really, really that big. In fact, here's how crazy this was. Here's how crazy. I have to say, this is bigger than the whole Fire Ronnie 2K joint. Here's how big this was. Some of Blizzard's own employees were protesting this. I crap you not. It was that severe. And then another caster, let me find this person comment. Another caster, I believe it was a caster, if memory says it correctly. Yeah, a prominent Hearthstone caster, Brian Keebler, he announced that he was stepping down from casting the Grandmasters finals at BlizzCon. And he basically said he won't pretend to understand either the intricacies of the geopolitical situation in China and Hong Kong or the full extent of Blizzard's business interests there. But to him, this penalty feels like it is deeply rooted in both. And look, here's how big this is. 2 United States senators have commented on the controversy. Both Ron Wyden of Oregon and Marco Rubio of Florida condemned Blizzard for its action to, for its acquiescences to the Chinese government and its censorship laws. So, and again, like I said, there was some people, like for example, former Blizzard employee Kevin Holbert, I'm not going to pronounce his last name, Kevin, posted the following picture from the company's headquarters on Twitter. Well, I ain't going to show y'all the picture. But basically it says, not everybody at Blizzard agrees with what happened. Both the, quote, think globally, end quote, and, quote, every voice matters, end quote, values has been covered up by incensed employees this morning. And there was a picture of him with a piece of paper over something, some type of circle. I don't know what that is. But again, and also here's what happened. A small walkout by Blizzard employees who carried with them umbrellas. Umbrellas have become a symbol of the Hong Kong protests, as they were originally used to protect protesters from facial recognition cameras as well as tear gas. The report says the number of Blizzard walkout participants was around between a dozen to 30 people, and there's a picture of it. So, and then here's how crazy it is. Fortnite took a shot at them. So, Epic Games founder and CEO Tim Sweeney said his company would never cut ties with a player based on a political statement. And an Epic Games spokesperson echoed those sentiments, telling The Verge, and I quote here, Epic supports everyone's right to express their views on politics and human rights. We wouldn't ban or punish a Fortnite player or content creator for speaking on these topics, end quote. So, Blizzard, realizing that they were basically taking a whole lot of heat, they had to do, damage control here. So, instead of this dude being suspended for a year, Chong, and losing $10,000, basically all his prize money, they basically said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you the $10,000, and we're just going to suspend you for 6 months. And In terms of, you remember the 2 casters that they fired? Nah, we just gonna suspend those 2 guys for 6 months too. So that's what they rolling with, and I have not heard anything else about it since. But I'm like, bruh. So here's the difference between Blizzard and the NBA, because some people want to put both of them in the same light, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. Because here's why. The NBA was put in a position where they had to speak on the situation because of a general manager tweet, which again, I had no problem with what he said. He shouldn't have said it because of the position that they were in and the timing. And he put the NBA on blast. And the NBA had to do damage control. And I think they did a pretty good job basically saying, you know what? We have good business relationship with China and we like to keep that. But at the same time, we do like freedom of speech. We do respect Dale's, the general manager of Houston Rockets, the one who made the tweet. We respect his opinion on the matter. So that's how they looking at it. And you can't hate on them for that because they were put on blast. And let's be real. Let's be honestly real for a second. Unless you work in retail, and I don't know. I haven't looked at every certain company out there in America, so I don't know. But it would not surprise me at all that your company, in some way, shape, or form, is doing business with China. So it could be with them directly. It could be with another company that's doing business with China. In some way, shape, or form, whatever job you work for, wherever company you work for, they're doing business with China in some way, some shape, some form. If they're not doing business with them directly, they're doing business with somebody else who's doing business with China. And that's how it is. Because China, that's a lot of money over there in China. And let's be real, you need that money to hire new people, to give people raises, to make better product, to feed families. You need the money. So I'm all up for businesses trying to get their money. It depends on how. It depends on how they make their money. So that's another topic for another day. Like, for example, 2K. And then I got another video that I'm going to do this week about, Niantic. But that's going to be on my other channel, I think. But, yeah, there you go with that. So, that's the NBA trying to do damage control. And because they were put in a position like that by one individual. And I think they did a pretty good job at it. Because they was like siding with both sides. Like, yeah, we want to maintain our business relationship with China, but at the same time, we do approve freedom of speech, and we do approve of what they agree with what Daryl Morey said. So they're not going against it, but they just, they sided with it. And notice how nothing happened to Daryl Morey, by the way. Nothing happened to the dude as far as I know of. He did not get suspended. He did not get what is it? Like a cut in his cast or fine. That's the word I want. And he did not get terminated. Nothing happened to this dude. But you look at Blizzard. They were not put on blast at all. They were not put on blast at all. And they just acted on their own. Because they was afraid of what China and the Chinese government would do to their business. Like, oh, you let one of those people say that on your program, on your watch? No, we kill our business with you. That didn't happen. That never happened. China, unless I missed something here, China did not all of a sudden stop, promoting and buying Blizzard products. Nothing happened. But yet Blizzard was so concerned about the Chinese government, the Chinese companies or whatever, pulling their ties with them. Blizzard all up on that Chinese dick was like, oh, we're going to ask back before China do something or say something. And I'm like, why? Like, that make no sense. So, okay, and I'm going to look at that rule or whatever. And it's like, okay, if you want to say, yeah, he violated that rule or whatever, 3 months. 3 months. Just suspend him for 3 months. Suspend the Southcasters for 3 months. But 6 months is out of control. Even 6 months, first of all, a year is really out of control. And even 6 months out of control because some of these guys, and I didn't even know this until I saw a Review Tech USA video where he was covering this. Some of these guys, when they take part in these tournaments and they go for the prize money, that's how they make their money. That's their income. That is their sole income. And even though dude still maintain his 10,000, it's not going to, he can't use that to get by over 6 months. That's blasphemous. Like I said, 3 months, maybe. I don't know how you make an income out of doing these tournaments or whatever. I don't know how many times he entered these tournaments. So 3 months, okay, maybe. But 6 months, that's still too much. And a year is way beyond. So, yeah, Blizzard, they got to get their act together. And keep in mind, they were already in trouble last year around the same time because the whole what's that game called? Diablo Immortal that they revealed last year. And people booed the crap out of them because they wanted a brand new Diablo for the PC or the consoles or whatever. I think it's PC. But instead they gave them a mobile game and they tried to justify it. And everybody was like, no, we don't want that shit. We want an actual Diablo game. It's been decades, apparently. I don't know how long it's been. So Blizzard was already in a bad spot a year ago. And now, here they are again. So, Blizzard, y'all messed up. And it's messed up because they made Overwatch. Overwatch was one of my favorite shooters. It's not my favorite shooter of all time. It's not my top 5. I would have to really think about if Overwatch was in my top 10. But, Blizzard, y'all messed up. And they made World of Warcraft too. And I really like that game. And once in the blue moon, I was thinking about, maybe I should come back to World of Warcraft. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hold off for that for a number of months now, at least. So I'm going to call it a wrap with that. So, with all of that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, New J Gatsby, a.k.a. the new Stimulated Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.